begin.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Presley Hart, and today my persuasive speech is going to be on medical marijuana or medical cannabis. Imagine just for a moment the life of someone living with chronic pain. Every day is a battle, and the only relief comes not from a pill, but a plant. A plant that has been branded a drug by society. Consider the story of Charlotte Fiji shared by the Epilepsy Foundation of Colorado. About how she suffered from near constant seizures up until her family heard about medical marijuana. When she consumed cannabis oil, a component found in marijuana, her seizures stopped and she could live life freely with the help of a plant. This story triggered an influx of families across the U.S. to seek similar treatment for their children who are just like Charlotte. Now, what exactly is cannabis? Cannabis, otherly known as marijuana, refers to a group of plants with psychoactive properties, notably cannabis sativa and cannabis indica. These plants are known not just for their recreational value, but for their potent compounds called cannabinoids, mostly THC and CBD. THC is a psychoactive element that produces a high, while CBD is celebrated for its therapeutic effects without inducing a high. Despite its potential, the stigma surrounding cannabis often prevents those in need from accessing this critical natural remedy. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health acknowledges that cannabinoids can treat rare forms of epilepsy, alleviate nausea from chemotherapy, PTSD, anxiety, and address weight loss associated with HIV/AIDS. Yet, we stand in a health crisis bombarded by perception and stigma. Millions are pulled away from this key to relief because of legal restrictions and geographical inequality. Cannabis is not only consumed through smoking, it can be consumed in many ways, including edibles, vaporizing, topicals, capsules, tinctures, and drinks. According to the National Conference of Legislators, as of April 23, 2023, so last year, medical marijuana is legal in 38 states, including the District of Columbia. At the federal level, cannabis remains classified as a Schedule I substance, despite growing recognition of its potential medical benefits. This classification presents a lot of challenges as it designates cannabis as having a high potential for dependency and no accepted medical use, subjecting its distribution to federal prosecution. Misconceptions and stigma surrounding cannabis have long hindered its acceptance as a viable treatment option, despite growing evidence of its therapeutic potential. Legal and regulatory barriers pose significant challenges to unlocking the full medicinal potential of cannabis. One major hurdle is the classification of cannabis as a Schedule I substance under the Controlled Substance Act at the federal level in the United States. This classification implies that cannabis has a high potential for abuse and no accepted medical use, severely limiting research opportunities. According to a report by the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, these restrictions have hindered scientific understanding of cannabis and its potential therapeutic effects. Additionally, obtaining approval for cannabis research can be difficult due to regulatory requirements and government processes. Researchers must navigate through multiple layers of approval from federal agencies such as the Drug Enforcement Administration and the Food and Drug Administration, which can delay or impede studies. In summary, legal and regulatory barriers, including cannabis Schedule I classification, complex approval processes, and conflicting state and federal laws, make it hard for scientific exploration of cannabis. Addressing these barriers is key to advancing research and developing evidence-based treatments for different medical conditions. Now imagine a world where scientists can freely study how cannabis can help people feel better. And what if, instead of believing stories that aren't true, we rely on real facts? In this world, we wouldn't change the rules to make things crazy, but to make it easier for people to get help and understand what's going on. Think about it. What if we could talk about cannabis as something that helps heals instead of something that is illegal? What if we could help people learn that cannabis can be a medicine and not just a drug? In this better world, nobody would struggle to find help because everyone would understand that cannabis can be a real solution to their problems. We'd all work together to make sure everyone gets the help they need and that nobody feels judged or left out. It's not just a dream, it's something we can make happen, where everyone can feel better and have hope for the future. Visualize a future where medicinal marijuana is accessible as any common prescription drug. Picture a landscape where doctors discuss its benefits openly, recommend it with confidence, and patients use it without any fear or judgment. This society fully embraces the medicinal properties of marijuana, making it a standard part of healthcare. People from the future will look back at our current era with surprise, wondering how could we have ever doubted the medicinal uses of marijuana. It's a future where stigma around medicinal marijuana has completely vanished, and its uses as normal as taking Tylenol. To drive change, we need to take action. First, let's support and speak up for policies that encourage research on medicinal cannabis and its integration into medical treatments. This means advocating for laws that make it easier for scientists to study cannabis and for healthcare systems to incorporate it into patient care. But change also starts with education. We can spread the word about the real medical benefits of marijuana, breaking down stereotypes and promoting a better understanding based on science and evidence. This might involve talking to friends and family, sharing information online, or even reaching out to local groups to raise awareness. We can support organizations and take initiatives that are working towards these goals, whether through volunteering, or simply spreading word. Every action, big or small, helps us move closer to a world where cannabis is seen as legit medicine that can improve people's lives. So let's join together and take steps towards change. Remember this, medicinal marijuana isn't just about getting high. It is a medicine. It can be used appropriately, and it can be